Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're looking at creating a sort of offset text effect in Adobe Illustrator like the one you're seeing on the screen. Now the inspiration for this came from a World Market email that I received this morning. There are a couple of text effects in here that I thought would be really interesting. One is the obvious, this one here, but it's also used a bit down here, but it's used with a solid color over a same colored stroke, but you might see in here that it's actually a little bit darker, so there's a shadow of some sort. So let's go and see how we would create these effects in Adobe Illustrator, and these are going to be fully editable, so you can change the font size, the color, everything really easily, and we are not expanding our type. That's really important. Let's start with a new file. I'm just going to make mine 1000 by 1000 pixels. You can make yours as big or as small as you like. I'm going to go with the numbers that they were using, like for example 30%. So I've clicked in my document and typed my text. Now I'm going to show you what else I'm going to do. I'm just going to go to the selection tool here, hold down the spacebar and move my type out of the way. Going back to my type tool, I'm going to select over my type. What I'm looking for is this Myriad Pro, or this font selector, and if you move your type out of the way, then when you drop down this list you'll be able to preview your fonts in place, so you'll be able to look for the kind of font you want. Now I've already established that I'm going to go with one of these Myriad Pro fonts. I think I'm going to use bold, so I'm just going to click on that. I'm also going to set this font size at 300 points just so that we can see what's going on. So for this offset text effect we need a stroke and a fill, and we need to move the fill away from the stroke. Now if we go to the appearance panel, you'll see that we're getting a few things here. We're getting a type option here and we're getting characters, and the color is in the characters area. But that's not actually going to help us, because if we're trying to move this fill using the tool that we're going to use in a minute, which is Effect, Distort and Transform, you can see that we can't actually select these options. So a lot of these options that appear to be available for fills and strokes in the appearance panel when you're talking about characters are simply not available. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the fill. So we have no stroke, no fill. This is our characters option here. We're going to go up here to type no appearance. So I'm just going to click on that. You absolutely are going to need to have your appearance panel open to do this. And of course, if you don't see it, you can choose window and appearance to view it. So what we're going to do now is add our stroke and add our fill. So I'm going to click on add a new stroke, and when I add a new stroke I get a fill as well, so I don't have to do two steps here. Now my stroke is going to be black. That was the color that initially was in the image we looked at, and you can obviously change the stroke weight should you wish to do so. I think I'll settle with 1 point for now. Now the fill was going to be, if we're following that example, red. So I'm just going to click open here and let's choose a red color. So we've got our stroke and we've got our fill, but we need to move our fill away from our stroke. And so we can do that in this appearance panel, but what we have to do is we have to make sure that we click on fill, because if we click on type, we're going to move everything. If we click on stroke, we're going to move the stroke. If we click on fill, we're going to move the fill. Now you could move the stroke down or you can move the fill up. For me, it just makes better sense to move the fill up, so I'm going to select that. Effect, Distort and Transform, and then Transform. And so for this transform effect, make sure we've got preview turned on. We're just going to move the fill in a negative horizontal and negative vertical direction. So I'm going to go down 10 pixels, or sorry, to the left 10 pixels. I'm going to go up 10 pixels, and those are minus values. Horizontal movements is that in a positive direction, this direction in a negative. And for vertical, if you go in a negative direction, you're going to go up. If you go in a positive direction, you're going to go forward. If you go the wrong way, just turn around and go back the other way. And if you want to move 10 pixels at a time, hold the Shift key and press the down arrow key. It's just a quick way of getting 10 pixels. But of course, you could just type -10 in there should you wish to do so. Check and make sure it's enough of a movement or not too much. Decide what you want and just click OK. So one of the beauties of this is that this is a type effect that sort of looks like it's two pieces of type, but it's actually just one. And so we can make changes to it really easily. Let's come in here and let's just make that 50%. And when I click away, you can see that the entire effect is just being applied to that text. And we could select this and we could choose a different font, for example. Any font that we choose is going to have this exact same effect applied to it. Let's just choose that font. Let's change the color to a different color. Very, very easy to do. So let's now have a look at the second option. You can remember that we had some white on white text on a background. So let's just go and create our background first of all. I'm just going to use blue, just easy. Let's go into our layers because we need to see what's happening here. So I'm going to make a duplicate of this type. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to drag it onto the plus symbol here. So I've got two lots of this type, and let's go and pick up one of them and let's move it down into this position. And I'm going to also move it above this box. So I could move the box down or I can move the type up. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to drag it and put it on top. Now we're seeing the black because that was the stroke. We're not seeing the fill because the fill is the exact same color as the background. But with this object selected, let's go and make our fill white, and let's go and make our stroke white, because that was what we saw in that example that I showed you. But remember I said to you it looked like it had a sort of drop shadow. Well, let's go to the fill here and let's apply the drop shadow to the fill, because that's going to shadow around the edges of the white fill, but not the stroke, because that's not where it was. So let's click on that and let's go to Effect, Stylize, and we're going to choose Drop Shadow. Now I've got, it's going to be set to multiply. You'll probably find that your drop shadow by default will be black. I like it to be a lighter color, so I've chosen something that is more sort of mid-gray. Just think it's too much otherwise. Now you can change the offset so you can make it smaller if you like. Probably just make that 5 pixels. And you can change down the opacity or increase the opacity. Just click OK. Now, because we used a grey for the drop shadow, that means that any other color combination that we use here, for example, a really, really bright cyan pink, is also going to have that shadow behind it. And because it's grey on multiply mode, it's going to sort of look like it's blended into the background. When you use shadows, it's really smart to try and use a grey, because the way it interacts with the background is going to be consistent. If you used a pink shadow and then change your font color to yellow or green, then your pink shadow is not going to work with it. But if you use a grey shadow, then it's going to look appropriate whatever color you have in terms of your type and your background. So I hope that helps you see that there are possibilities for creating editable text with this sort of offset effect applied to it in Adobe Illustrator, and you do not need to expand your type to do it, and you can do it all in a single object, which means that changing the font, the size, the color, the text itself is super easy. There's only one thing to change and everything updates automatically. If you like carefully researched content like this, clearly presented in a step-by-step format so that you can get great results, then you'll love my Skillshare content. I'm a Skillshare top teacher. I have hundreds of short courses on Skillshare that you can access, along with thousands of other great courses, all for the price of a single subscription. If you're interested, there's a Skillshare coupon for you in the description below to use to sign up. Using this coupon benefits me as a creator, and it helps me continue to make free content available here for you also on YouTube. Thank you for joining me for this video tutorial. On the screen now, you'll see a video that I've hand-picked for you. If you enjoyed the video you've just watched, I know that you're going to really enjoy the one I've picked for you to watch next.